Exotic animals were initially captured or killed due to the belief that they posed a dangerous threat. They soon developed into a trophy kill, where people would show off their skins to display their hunting prowess. Then people began attempting to domesticate them. The ownership of exotic animals has a long and storied history in the United States, dating as far back to the late 1800s. Joe Schreibvogel has a much different view of the animals that so many perceive as dangerous.
You know, exotic animal people are weird or out there. I don't have children, so these animals are like my children. And it would be no different than you having 3 kids of your own and somebody walking into your house and trying to harm your 3 children. So by all means, am I going to use deadly force or put myself in front of the line to protect my 800 kids?
Schreibvogel, or Joe Exotic as he affectionately refers to himself, runs the GW Zoo located in the small Midwestern town of Wynnewood, Oklahoma. Joe's journey to becoming an exotic animal lover was not an easy one.
I started out my love for the unique animals back when I was a little kid living in the mountains of Wyoming. Brought home porcupines and beavers and baby antelope and all kinds of crazy stuff. So that started me out. And then my mom and dad were into racehorses, so they ended up selling our ranch there, and we moved to a town called Pilot Point, Texas.
After graduating from the police academy and becoming the youngest police chief in Texas, Joe was injured in a brutal car accident.
And got out of the hospital. I went to West Palm Beach, Florida to do my physical therapy down there. They had a saltwater program, so I went down there to do physical therapy, and my neighbor just happened to be the manager of Lion Country Safari down there in Palm Springs.
Upon completion of his therapy, Joe returned to Texas and eventually purchased a pet store with his brother.
We had the pet store for 16 years in Arlington, Texas, and that's where I had my first lion. I got my very first lion when we owned the pet store, and we did wildlife rescue of native animals in Texas for 16 years. And then it just grew into a 40,000 square foot exotic pet store, and we had some of the craziest animals you've ever seen there. In 1997, my brother was moving my sister to Florida from Arlington, and made it 40 miles out of Dallas, Texas, and was hit by a drunk semi-driver and killed him. And when I signed the papers to shut his life support machine off, I promised him he would not die for no reason, so I sold the pet store. Mom and Dad took the $140,000 that they got from the insurance company of my brother being killed, and we bought the property here in Wynnewood, Oklahoma, and we built the very first run of cages here. I own all the animals. It is my responsibility to care for all the animals because they are on my license, and my mother and father owned the property. You know, would I give up my life or my health or well-being for the care of these animals? I do every day. I'm 4 heart attacks into this. I work 24/7. I'm up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't go to bed till 1 o'clock at night. Bottle feed babies all day long. Do without so the animals can have. If someone, and I've made this publicly known on CNN and Good Morning America, if someone was to walk in here and try and harm my animals, they're going to have to shoot me first. You have your downtimes, especially running a nonprofit rescue, because it seems like everybody wants to call you when an animal needs rescue, but nobody wants to write the check or make the donations, you know, to help keep this going. Wintertime is extremely hard for us here at the zoo. Like right now, our electricity is about to be shut off on the 15th. Our water bill is past due. The bill collectors are all calling. There is days I get up and I'm like, should I close it down and should I just bulldoze all the cages into scrap iron and pay my creditors off and call it quits? And then you come out here and you see little Ricky, you know, his face, and you see the tigers' face, and all you can do is hang on to that straw that we can make it. We can get through the next 2 months somehow, some way, because they have nowhere else to go, and this is their last stop.
The zoo currently contains over 800 different animals, but that doesn't stop people from trying to give Joe more animals for rescue.
Well, so far, in the 15 years that we've had this facility open, you know, knock on wood, we've never had to say no to a rescue. You know, whether we have to build another cage or we have to shift animals around in order to make temporary room for them. Would I take an animal out of the wild to save him from being euthanized because he was only in his own habitat? Absolutely, in a New York minute. Is my first priority to take exotic animals out of abusers' hands? That is why we're here. I don't agree with taking animals out of the wild. I don't agree with euthanizing animals in the wild for only doing what wild animals do. Controversy is definitely there. Have I ever been worried that they would shut me down? Absolutely not, because we have nothing going wrong here. The only people that I have to worry about shutting me down is the United States Department of Agriculture. And as long as I pass my inspections, I do what they want me to do, there's nobody in this planet that can shut me down other than them. I get up every day and continue to fight this fight. And I have to give my staff a tremendous credit because they do without, they don't get paid during the winter time, and they hang in there for the animals. We have the right to choose the risk of our profession. And whether you call me crazy because I walk in a cage every Saturday and Sunday with a full-grown tiger is no crazier than you going out and drinking and relying on your friend to get you home at night.
In October 2013, one member of Joe's staff fell victim to a vicious tiger attack in the park.
You know, in regards to the accident that happened in October, the tiger never got out of its cage. The employee was never in the cage. Just made a mistake. Took 5 seconds to stick her hand in a part of the cage that it did not belong. And the tiger thought that she was handing it a stuffed animal or some kind of a play toy. And once the tiger realized that it was a human arm, you can ask Saf herself, the tiger let go. Now how we recover from that, she was more than responsible enough to get on the news media and admit that she was her fault. She messed up, she broke protocol. A lot of people were upset with me because I didn't fire her for breaking protocol. In my opinion, having someone on staff that lived through an accident like that is probably the best safety manager you could ever ask for.
Even with his daily grind, Joe is well prepared for when he is no longer part of the zoo.
They will definitely never be returned to the wild. Humans are a proven fact of that. There's no wild left for them to go back to, so they're stuck in cages. The end result of what I see this park in the next 5 years, as long as I'm still alive, is we are going to increase the size of our cages. We're going to increase the enrichment and the decor of our cages so our animals can live comfortably here. We are going to put on some of the class act shows here at our park to educate people about animals and the habitats that they live in. If for some reason I am not here in the next 5 years, whether I die of a heart attack or Wayne Pacelle shoots me or I get in a car wreck, I have myself insured for enough millions that the people that would carry on this park could hire the best of the best to make sure that happens. At the end of the day, I sleep pretty well because I know that I have done all I can do financially, physically, and mentally to benefit these animals that have nowhere else to go.
Counterman standing behind the camera going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He don't know how to do it quiet either. He just throws it out there.